Governor Little laying out his proposal for covering the state's share of voter-approved Medicaid expansion, but some local recovery centers are concerned the move could put a dent in their funding. 6 on Your Side's McKenna King is in studio with more.
Idaho's Millennium Fund comes from a settlement reached with tobacco companies and in recent years has gone to help recovery centers across Idaho. But this year, those funds may be going elsewhere.
I fear that the recovery center's future is not very bright if there's not a way of establishing a state and local partnership.
In order to create funding for the 9 state recovery centers located throughout Idaho.
The recovery centers were originally provided startup funding by the Millennium Fund about 3 years ago. Since that time, they've attempted to raise local funds with varying degrees of success.
But with a low reserve and hopes for expansion to more rural communities, Recovery Idaho went back to square one, applying for aid through the Millennium Fund. 48 states, including Idaho, receive money each year after they successfully sued tobacco companies for marketing to minors.
It's money that comes to the state. It is not earmarked. Some states just put it in their general fund. We have tried to use it for tobacco-related items, but we're not mandated to use it in that way.
And this year, Governor Brad Little recommends just over $12 million from that $17.5 million balance go to fund the state's share of Medicaid expansion, not state recovery centers.
It was an ideal source to get them up and going, but I think that needs to be transferred to the general fund.
But that doesn't rule out recovery help completely. Alex Adams with the Division of Financial Management emphasizing the governor's pledge in his State of the State address that his administration will tackle the scourge of opioid abuse. Governor Little setting aside $4.2 million to develop a system of prevention, monitoring, and treating opioid-related addiction.
Getting people into treatment is important. Keeping people on a recovery pathway after treatment is maybe as important or more important.
But Senator Martin assures he supports both the concept and the funding for those centers, with hopes monies for them can come from the general fund. In studio, McKenna King, 6 on Your Side.